Dear students of class 8, today I am going to start the first chapter of your English 2 book, and in the prescribed book the first chapter is determiner. In class 8 the first chapter of the book is determiner. That's why today I am going to start the first chapter of the book determiner. First, I will go to the definition of determiner. What is a determiner? But before that, I will give some examples to clarify it. That's why look at the examples. Example 1. I saw a beggar on the road. I saw a beggar on the road. Example 2. There are many boys in the field. There are many boys in the field. Example 3. Ram is my brother. Ram is my brother. Thereafter, example 4. Which pen do you want? Okay. Only 4 examples I have given. Look at the first example. I saw a beggar on the road. In this sentence, the word, the letter or word A, it is making the following noun indefinite. Making the following noun indefinite. And this word, the, it is making the following noun definite. Here this word or this letter making it definite, and here this word or these letters making this noun here definite, here indefinite. In the next examples, example 2, there are many boys in the field. Here many, this word is indicating number. And in the example number 3, Ram is my brother. Here my, it is indicating possession or relationship. And in the last examples, in example number 4, which pen do you want? Which, it is used to ask question, and also here it is making the following noun pen particular. Which pen? Some particular or definite pen it is indicating. Now look, this a, the, many, my, which, they are called determiners. That means we can say that determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. In some way means making it indefinite, or maybe making it definite, or maybe by indicating number, or maybe by indicating position, relationship, etc., or maybe by indicating question in particular. But surely you must note that a determiner must take a noun after it. This is the main point. A determiner always takes a noun after it. That's why look here, a beggar. A, it is taking the following noun. A, it is followed by noun. Similarly, the, it is also followed by noun. Similarly, many, it is also followed by noun. Similarly, my, it is also followed by a noun. Similarly, which pen, which, it is also followed by a noun. That means determiner always precedes or comes before a noun. That is the main point. That means as definition we can say that determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. In some way means in this way. Now look, though maximum adjectives are included in determiners, maximum adjectives are included in determiners, but there is a little bit difference between adjective and determiner. And what is the difference between an adjective and a determiner? To clarify it, I am giving some other examples to distinguish between adjective and determiner. Example 1. Example 1. He is facing a problem. Look here, A, it is determiner, and surely there is noun after it. He is facing a problem. Here A, it is determiner. But look here, he is facing a critical problem. He is facing a critical problem. Look here. Here A already told it is a determiner. And look here, critical. This word, it is adjective, because it is describing the following noun. Adjective means an adjective always describes a noun. That means what type or what kind of, that's why adjective is also called a describing word, because adjective always describes a noun. or pronoun. But a determiner is not like an adjective. It is not, it does not describe any noun. It determines, that means specifies or identifies any noun. That is the main difference between adjective and determiner. Though some adjectives are included in determiner section, and in some grammar book determiner is also included in parts of speech, and in some grammar book determiner is not called a parts of speech. I am not going to that debate. I am not going to that point. Thereafter, in your book you must note that there are some points which clearly show the difference between adjective and a determiner. In your book it is clearly given that an adjective describes a noun, already I have told, and that's why an adjective is called a describing word. But a determiner determines a noun or points out a noun, that means specifies or identifies a noun, already told. And thereafter, in your book you must note that the differences are given in point. An adjective tells some special quality of a noun or maybe of a pronoun. An adjective always tells what kind of a noun it is or how many are there, etc. But a determiner tells us which one, which noun. Adjectives and determiners are parts of a noun phrase. You must remember that point. Totally, if I say he is facing a critical problem, he is facing what? A critical problem. This answering the question what? He is facing what? He is facing a critical problem. Here that means these three words, a critical problem, these three words are acting as a single word and acting as object. And that's why it is a phrase in next classes or in next chapters, and already in previous classes, in class 7 also, the difference between phrase and word already told. A critical problem, this is also called a phrase. Totally, a critical problem, he is facing what? A critical problem, totally a phrase. And inside this phrase, look here, determiner is there, adjective is there, and noun is there. That's why in your book a point is given, adjectives and determiners are parts of a noun phrase. This is totally a noun phrase because it is doing the work of noun, because it is acting as object. And here determiners and adjectives and also noun, they are the parts of this noun phrase. And thereafter in your book the last difference or last point given, we can never use a singular countable noun alone, that is without a determiner. That means a singular countable noun must take a determiner before it. A singular countable noun must take a determiner before it. that is a singular countable noun cannot be used without a determiner. That means problem, it is singular and also countable. Problems, countable noun, and that's why it must take a determiner. That is the main point. And also you should know that there are only determiners. You should know that determiners only can be used for singular countable nouns, plural countable nouns, and also uncountable nouns. Dear students, I have already told that determiners can be used. Determiners can be used before singular and plural, both countable nouns, and also determiners can be used before uncountable nouns. That means I am writing here determiners can be used before singular countable noun. Determiners can be used before a singular countable noun. For example, a boy. Here a, it is determiner and it is used before the singular countable noun boy. Determiners can also be used before a plural countable noun. Determiners can also be used before a plural countable noun. For example, the boys. Look here, the, it is a determiner and it is used before a plural countable noun. Determiners can also be used before an uncountable noun. Determiners can also be used before an uncountable noun. For example, the water. Look here, the, it is a determiner and this is used before an uncountable noun, water. That means determiners can be used before a singular countable noun, before a plural countable noun, and also determiners can also be used before an uncountable noun. And also you should know that generally a proper noun does not take any determiner. generally, but in some special cases a proper noun also can take a determiner. Generally, determiner is not used. Generally, determiner is not used. I am indicating this sign. Generally, determiner is not used before a proper noun. Generally, determiner is not used before a proper noun. But in special cases, in some special cases, a determiner can also be used before a proper noun. Generally, not used. But in some special cases, it can also be used. I am giving one example of the special case. Special case where determiner can also be used before a proper noun. Example I am giving here. Ram is a Rabindranath. Ram is a Rabindranath of our class. Look here. Class, it is common noun, that's why, and countable noun, that's why it is taking determiner, no problem. But Rabindranath, it is a proper noun which indicates a particular name of a person, but it is preceded by a, which is a determiner actually. And here, look, Ram is a Rabindranath of our class. That means Ram is as great or as wise as Rabindranath. That means Ram has nearly the same quality of Rabindranath or like Rabindranath. In this special case, we can use determiner before the proper noun. Similarly, another example I am giving a special case where a determiner can also be used before a proper noun. Another example I am giving here, and the example is Ramesh is the Saurabh Ganguly. Ramesh is the Saurabh Ganguly of our team. If I say Ramesh is the Saurabh Ganguly of our team. Look here, team. It is a common noun or countable noun. It can be preceded by a determiner. It is normal case. But look here, Saurabh Ganguly, it is a proper noun. And it is preceded by the, which is surely a determiner. Look here, determiner is preceded by the proper noun. That means generally we can say that generally a determiner is not used before a proper noun, but in some special cases referring to comparison, or when a proper, or you can say that when a proper noun is used as the common noun. Here Saurabh Ganguly or Rabindranath, they are used here not as a proper noun. Here they are used as a common noun, and in this case we can use determiner before a proper noun. And also remember that here this proper, though it is a proper noun actually, but here this proper noun has been changed to common noun according to use. And in this case only, when a proper noun is used as a common noun, only then a determiner precedes a proper noun. That is the special case of determiner. Now I am coming to the classification of determiner. In your book you will surely note down the classification which is clearly given. There are many different classifications in different books, but you must follow the prescribed book. And in that book, in your book, determiners are classified into 6 categories. In your book, determiners are classified. Determiner is classified into 6 categories. Number 1 is article. Number 2, demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective. And number 3, possessive adjective. Possessive adjective. And number 4, distributive adjective. Distributive adjective. And thereafter, number 5, quantifiers. 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 And number 6, interrogative adjective. Interrogative adjective. Maximum adjectives are included in determiner, and we may call that article is also called one type of adjective, little adjective. However, there is little bit difference between adjective and determiner, already told. These are the classification which have been given in your book. Determiners are of 6 types, and they are this: article. Article means you all know, A and the. Demonstrative adjective, that means these, that, these, those. These are given in your book. Possessive adjective. Possessive adjective, though it is actually formed from pronoun, but this type of pronoun is always used before a noun. That's why it is called possessive adjective or pronominal adjective, like my, your, his, etc. given in your book. And thereafter, distributives or distributive adjective. Each boy, every student, each, every, this type of word which indicates separately, and there are quantifiers. There are some words which indicate number or quantity or amount of some nouns. They are called quantifiers. Like there are some boys, like there is much sugar in the pot. These are called quantifiers. And thereafter, next point, interrogatives or interrogative adjective. Interrogative adjective or interrogatives. This type of words or this type of interrogative word always ask some question, and they are used before a noun always. For example, which book do you want? Whose pen are you using? Like this. These are the classification of different type of determiners. Determiners are classified in these 6 categories in your book. Now, one by one, step by step, I will discuss the determiners one by one. First, I am going to discuss article. Article, we all know what are articles, because you have surely studied about article from your beginning classes. First, I am going to discuss about the first determiner, first type of determiner, that is article. That is article. We all know a, an, the or the. When the is used before a consonant letter or consonant sound, it is pronounced as the. And when this word is used before a vowel sound or vowel letter, it is pronounced as the. A and the, these are called articles, we all know. And among these 3 words, a and the, a or an is used to indicate indefinite noun, any indefinite thing. Any indefinite thing is indicated by, indefinite means not particularly mentioned, not in particular, not particular, not specified. A or an is used to refer to some indefinite things, indefinite nouns. It does not, it is not, a or an is not used to refer to a particular thing or definite thing. That's why a or an is called indefinite article. Indefinite article. And the, it is always used to refer to some particular thing or some definite thing. That's why the is called definite article. That's why the is called definite article. The is definite article and a or an is indefinite article. And we should also know that generally a or an is used before a singular countable noun. We should also know that generally a or an is used before a singular countable noun. Any singular countable noun is preceded by a or an according to special use. But the can be used before a singular countable noun and plural countable noun and also uncountable noun. That means the can be used before both countable and uncountable noun. We can say the boy. We can say the boy. We can say the boy. Here the is used before boy and boy is a singular countable noun. We can also say the boys. Boys, it is plural countable noun and the is used here. Similarly, we can also say the milk. Milk, it is uncountable noun and the is used before it. That means the can be used before both countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns may be singular or plural like the boy, the boys, and also uncountable noun like the milk. But indefinite article is always used before a singular countable noun. Indefinite article, that means a or an, is always used before a singular countable noun. For example, a boy. Boy, it is singular countable noun. A, it is used article. Similarly, an orange. An orange. Here orange, it is also singular countable noun and an is used here. That means a or an indefinite article it can be used only before a singular countable noun. Now we will go to the details of using a, an and the. Dear students, now I am going to discuss the particular use of a or an. You also know surely, but once again, recapitulation once again. Uses of a or an. Uses of a or an. General rules I have told that a or an is generally used before a singular countable noun. Generally, a or an is used before a singular countable noun. For example, A boy, an apple, etc. But where should we use a and where should we use an? We all know. Once again, a is used. A is used generally before a singular countable noun beginning with a consonant letter or consonant sound. That is the most important. A is generally used before a singular countable noun that begins with a consonant letter or that begins with a consonant sound. We all know that among the 26 letters of English alphabet, A, E, I, O, U, these are vowels. This A, E, I, O, U, these five letters are vowels, and rest 21, total 26, and rest 21 letters, they are consonant. And though among these 21 letters, W and Y, they are called semi-vowels because in some cases they sound or they are used like a vowel. That's why W and Y in some books they are called semi-vowels because they can also be used like a vowel sound. That's why W and Y in some books they are called semi-vowels. But totally you should remember that A, E, I, O, U, these five letters are vowels, and rest of the 21 letters they are called consonant. That's enough. And here I have written that before a singular countable noun which begins with a consonant letter or consonant sound, before that A is used. For example, I can say a platform. A platform. Here P, it is consonant letter plus consonant sound. That's why A, this article is used. But in some cases the word begins with vowel but pronounced like consonant. In that cases also A is used. For example, A 1 rupee note. Here 1, when you pronounce this word, O is pronounced like wa. That's why A is used before a word beginning with 1. Similarly, there are some words more like this. For example, a European. A European. A European. Here E, though it is actually a vowel, but here pronounced like European, EU, like this it is pronounced. That's why A, this article is used before this word. Similarly, a university. A university. Here U, though it is a vowel, but here it is also pronounced like EU. That's why A, this article is used before university. But if we say umbrella, umbrella, look here, here U vowel, and here U is not pronounced like U. Here U is pronounced like A. That means like A, like A, which is the vowel. That's why umbrella, before umbrella an should be used, an umbrella. But a university, because here U is pronounced like U, and here U is pronounced like a real vowel. That's why an. In your book some rules already given. Now I am going to discuss the particular use of an. The particular use of an. We all know that an is used before a singular countable noun beginning with a vowel letter or vowel sound. An is used before a singular countable noun beginning with a vowel letter or vowel sound. Giving examples. For example, an elephant. An elephant. Here E, it is vowel letter and also vowel sound. That's why an is used before elephant, an elephant. But there are some words which are not started with a vowel letter, but an is used. I am giving some particular example, like an honest man. An honest man. Here look, an is used before a consonant letter, because here this consonant letter H is not pronounced. Here the pronunciation, the sound of this letter is silenced, muted. That means here H, ho sound, it is not pronounced. That's why the next vowel sound is coming, and that's why an is used here. An honest man. Similarly, an honorable person, same case. And also hotel. This word you should know that hotel, we can use a or an both before this word, because in sometimes we can pronounce is hotel. That's why an is right, and also a is also right, because here h is sometimes pronounced. That's why before hotel a or an both can be used. Anyone you can use, but honest, honorable, before this word only an should be used. Thereafter, another examples of using an I am giving here. If I say this is an HS school. Look here, H, it is consonant letter, but here I am using an before this consonant letter, because when I am going to pronounce this letter H, a vowel sound is coming before it. H, that means a vowel sound is coming, vowel sound is there. That's why an is used here. An HS school. Similarly, he is an MP, he is an MLA, he is an SP. Similarly, an L-shaped room. Here also L, though it is consonant letter, but when I am going to pronounce this letter, a vowel sound is coming at the beginning of this letter L. A is coming. That's why as a vowel sound is coming to pronounce this word, to pronounce this letter, that's why an is used before this word in place of a. In your book also given an MA, he is an MP, he is an SP, an SP. Here also same case. In these cases, though the word is starting with a consonant letter, but it is pronounced as vowel. That means vowel sound is there. That's why an is used here. That is the main point given in your book. Now I am going to refer some particular expression or some particular words, which are the list of which are given in your book. Generally, a is used in these expressions. For example, what a pleasure. For example, what a pleasure. For example, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. Here a is used. This type of expression, what a pleasure, here a is used. Similarly, what a pity. What a pity. A is used. There are some particular expressions in which A is used. Some other examples given in your book. In a loud voice. He is in a hurry. He is now in a hurry. Here A is used. There are some particular expressions where A can be used, and in your book the list given like a pity, to be at a loss, he is at a loss, that means he is confused. He is at a loss, that means he is confused. In this expression generally A is used. Okay, today I am stopping here. In my next class I will discuss about the different uses of the. Up to A or N it is completed. In my next class I will discuss about the different uses of the.